of all beings. The tiny little ant also has got as much divinity as a human being. It's like the sun. When the sun is reflected in a tiny little glass of water, or when the sun is reflected in a huge lake, it is the same sun. The difference is only in the water. Similarly, the divinity in a human being, divinity in animal is same. The only difference is the outer form. Only difference is the body, the mind, the intellect. So I am the self in the heart of all beings. Aham adishcha madhyancha bhutanam anta evacha. Bhagavan says, I am the beginning, I am the middle, and I am the end of all beings. Bhutanam. Bhut means that which is born, that which is created, that which has got existence, this which is manifest. I am the beginning of all this creation. Before the world came into being, I was there. Aham adihi. Before anything was created, I was there. In the Upanishad it is said that Sadeva Swami idamagra asit. That before all this idam world came into being, that Sat alone was there. So Bhagwan is the Adi. Then Madhyam. Now when the whole world is seen and experienced and all the beings are experienced, Bhagwan is there right in the middle of all this creation. And when everything merges, when everything gets annihilated, when everything perishes, when the entire world goes into non-existence, who remains? Bhagavan says, I alone remain. We say, every day we chant that mantra, Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Purnam is Bhagavan's name. Purna means complete. Purnam adaha purnamidam. That is complete, this is complete. Means this whole world is the expression of that complete divinity. And from where this world has come, from that completeness only it has come. Purnat purnam udachyate. And when the world gets negated or dissolved, then Purnam eva avashishyate. Purnasya Purnam adaya Purnam eva avashishyate. Okay, example of the rope and snake. I tell you, rope and snake, without that life will be difficult for a Swami. So rope is there. Let us say 1 foot rope is there. And you see a 1 foot snake. So, from 1 foot rope, the 1 foot snake has come. And when the 1 foot snake disappears, 1 foot rope alone remains. So that rope is like that supreme Brahma, and the snake is like the world. So world appears on that supreme reality, and when that world stops appearing, that supreme reality alone remains. World keeps on appearing and disappearing. During our day also, when we go to sleep, it disappears. When we pay attention to one point, the other aspect of the world disappears. World keeps appearing and disappearing. Therefore, it is said world is merely an appearance. It is experience because we are experiencing it. The experiencer gives reality to the world. But when the world stops being experienced, who remains? I alone remain. So, aham adihi, I am the beginning of this creation. Aham madhyam, I am the middle of this creation. And bhutanam antaha, I am the end of this creation. This can also be taken at a limited level. If we are sitting and meditating, we should imagine that before a thought arises, I, the Atma, is there, that pure consciousness. When the thought arises, Atma is there. And when the thought again gets dissolved, Atma is there. The world is created just like thoughts are created in your mind. If you can understand the secret of creation of thoughts, you can understand the secret of creation of the world. If you can catch hold of a thought, you can catch hold of the world. So when a person is in the deep samadhi, no thoughts are there. Then one thought arises, that is like creation of that thought. It just dances in that consciousness. It remains in consciousness and again merges back into consciousness. So rather than paying attention to the thoughts, pay attention to that consciousness. So Bhagavan says, I am that consciousness who was there before creation, I am there during creation, and I will remain even when the creation is not there. So aham adishcha madhyancha bhutanam anta evacha. So in this verse, Bhagavan has revealed 4 vibhutis. That's how I counted. Huh? So Atma. Then also he revealed that he is the beginning, he is the middle, and he is the end of the entire creation. Now in the following verses, Bhagavan reveals some more vibhutis. Some of them we hear about them in the scriptures, in the Puranas and all. Some of them we directly experience as part of this world around us. Bhagavan has given these vibhutis from different fields. He has also given vibhutis from the mountains, the rivers, the animals, the birds, the fish, the other phenomena, the stars, the moon, from everywhere. These are all Bhagavan's glories. They are like Bhagavan's, nowadays we have different murtis of Bhagavan. These are natural murtis or vibhutis of God. And they are available for everyone. Nobody can break them. Nobody can destroy them. They are there. Like Bhagavan says, that the sun is one of my glory. Now what can you do? You cannot say that ye mandir band karo. Nobody can close that mandir. He is there. So these glories are to be contemplated upon, and we have to experience, we have to feel the divinity in these glories. That is our sadhana. First we should start from feeling. Then we should try to understand it. And then we should experience it. Feel, understand, experience. Mano, jano, and I don't know, pehchano. पहले मानो, फिर जानो, और फिर अनुभव करो. Like somebody saying that, oh, somebody shows you gulab jamun and says, this is very sweet. So just accept that it is sweet. Then understand it, what he means by sweet and all. But then finally eat it when he is not watching you. So similarly, here Bhagavan is revealing his vibhutis. So we have to feel the presence of God, then understand the presence of God in them, and experience God directly. So very beautiful vibhutis are revealed. Let us chant. Adityanamaham Vishnuhu Jyotisham Raviransuman Marichir Marutam Asmi Nakshatranamaham shashi Adityanamaham Vishnu Jyotisham Raviransuman. Adityanam aham Vishnu. Among the Adityas, I am Vishnu. I am the Aditya called Vishnu. Now, Adityas were the sons of Aditi. In the Puranas, there is story of Aditi. She was the wife of Kashyapa Rishi, and her sons were called Adityas. There are 12 Adityas, and one of them is called Vishnu. In fact, one of the stories is that this Vishnu alone took the avatar as Vamana. So Vishnu took avatar as Vamana, so he was also an Aditya. And Vishnu is the most glorious of all the Aditya. So Adityanam aham Vishnuhu. Vishnu means one who is more pervasive, who has got long strides, is called Vishnu. So there is a story in the Bhagavad that when Bali Raja, he was doing his yajna, then Bhagwan appeared there as a little Vamana Roop. And he said that, please give me 3 steps of land. And Bali Raja says, 3 steps, you should ask more. He said, no, 3 steps are enough for me. He did not know he had long steps. So Bali Raja said, okay, take. So he just suddenly, he took a, vast form, and in one leg he measured the entire property of Bali Raja on earth. Then another leg he put in the Swarga and took away all his otherworldly properties also, Swiss bank and all. Now he says, now third leg, where should I put? Because all your property, all your wealth has been taken. Where should I place the third foot? Because you have promised that you will give me 3 feet of land. So Bali Raja then understood that he is Bhagwan himself, and he said that one thing is remaining still, which I have not given to you. I have given my property. I have given what belongs to me. I have given my, but that I is still there. That ahankar is still there. So you take that also. So Bhagwan places his foot on his head as though taking away his ahankar. So it's very sweet stories are there in Bhagavad Puran. They're all symbolic. Many of these stories are very much symbolic. Because the subject is so subtle that our Rishi Munis tried to explain it through various stories also. See, when a society or when a country like our nation, which is more spiritual for a long, long time, so lot of stories also emerge. So we have great many stories about the glories of the Lord, which help us to understand Him. So Bhagavan says, among all the Adityas, I am Vishnu. So you meditate upon me as Vishnu, who also took avatar as Vaman. So you meditate upon me as Vishnu, as Vamana. So one is that just listening to the story also gives us great joy. And when we think about the significance of this story, then it makes us understand spirituality in a much deeper way. That we have to give to Bhagavan what? Mamatva and ahankar. This mamatva and ahankar are the obstacle on our path. In fact, ahankar is the obstacle, and wherever ahankar is there, the mamatva is also there. I and my. Therefore, in Ramayana, Tulsidas ji says that I and my itself is called Maya. Mai arumor tor te Maya. Jehi basakine jiva nikaya. This sense of I, the limited sense of I which we have, and the concept that something belongs to me is all illusion, a Maya only. Because that I also disappears and my also disappears. It's like in a dream, I say I am a king and this is my kingdom. When I wake up, that king is also not there and kingdom is also not there. Similarly, now we have the feeling that I am there and this belongs to me. The property and the wealth and things which I say belongs to me, in the past it belonged to someone else. In future it will belong to someone else. Even now when I say it belongs to me, it doesn't belong to me. Somebody else is enjoying it. Somebody else is taking it. So it's all an illusion, a play. And this, we have the greatest attachment to our I and to my. So when we are able to surrender it to God, we will be able to experience Him. When we die, this limited I dies, then we are born in that, then we gain eternal life. It's a contradiction, paradox. If we want to gain that eternal life, we have to die. That ahankar has to die. And that is being depicted in the beautiful story of this Bali Raja, who gives away all his wealth of this world and the other world, and finally he gives his ahankar also. And when he gives his ahankar, he experiences the state of God. So Bhagavan says, Adityanam aham Vishnuhu. Jyotisham Raviranshuman. Jyotisham means among all the luminous objects of this world, shining, bright, luminous objects of this world. From earth, when we look, we see so many luminous objects nowadays with electricity and all, so much of light, and everywhere we see. But the greatest, most luminous object which we experience from earth is the sun. It's called Anshuman. Anshuman means full of rays. Full of rays. Ravihi is called Ravi. So among all the luminaries, chalo. All the shining, shining is better word. All the shining objects of this world, Bhagavan says, I am the sun. If that way we can meditate on God as a lamp also, as a light or as a bulb. But the most glorious is the sun. And sun is the direct vibhuti of Bhagavan, which we can see. In the morning, in the evening, we can see the glory of that sun. We can directly see. In the afternoon, we can't see the sun. So when we look at that sun, we should look at it as the very expression of that divinity. See, you may say, no, from the scientific standpoint, it is a different thing. It is some nuclear reactions are happening there or whatever. That is a limited vision. But the ultimate vision is that it is the expression of divinity. Like when you go to sleep, you switch off your light and it's a total dark room and you go to sleep. And then you dream that you are walking on Juhu beach in the afternoon. And you are having this bhel puri. And one fly comes and falls in your bhel puri. You can see it. How can you see? Because the sun is shining so brightly. You say, इसमें मक्खी गिरी हुई है, दूसरी भेलपुरी दे दो मुझे. So you can see very clearly, you can see the sea, you can see all the people who are moving around, and you can't even look at the sun, you have to do like this. And you are experiencing it directly. And at that time, that makki bites you and you suddenly wake up and you are again in that dark room. You can't even see. You have to switch on the light to check the time. So from where that light had come, which was so bright, which was so difficult to see, it had come from your own self. A mind alone had created that light. Your own mind. And this mind is just an expression of that self. So similarly, this bright, brilliant light which we see as the sun is an expression of that divinity. So if one wants to experience that divinity, we have to tune our mind, tune our thinking to divinity. When we tune our thinking to science, we experience the world in one particular way. When we tune our mind to politics, we experience in a different way. When we tune our mind to literature, we experience in a different way. But for a spiritual seeker, he should tune his mind to divinity. So, Adityanam aham Vishnuhu Jyotisham Raviranshuman Marichir Marutam Asmi. Again, this is another from the story from the Puranas. Marut are all those wind, different types of wind, Marut. Therefore, the wind, son of wind is called Maruti, Hanumanji. Marut are the wind. There are 49 varieties of wind. According to our scriptures, they have studied that the wind movement, circular and straight and fast and slow and different types of wind movements which are there, they have classified them into 49 types of wind movement. And among them, and each of them are named differently. So the most glorious and the most wonderful wind, the name is Marichi. So Bhagavan says that Marichi, you consider it as my Vibhuti. Marichir Marutam Asmi. But in the Puranas, there is a very interesting story about this Marudganas. There was this Kashyapa, as I said, he had his wife Aditi and another wife was Diti. And the Diti one day got real angry with Indra Bhagwan. Indra was the Devata. And she requested her husband that please, I want one child who can fight with Indra and destroy him. Now this Indra is also Devata, son of Kashyapa only in a way. So Kashyap Rishi, but she was very devoted. So he said, okay, you will have a son. You do this particular ritual and within 1 year, you will have a son who will be like who can destroy that Indra also. So Indra Bhagwan came to know. This I am telling story from Puranas. Indra Bhagwan came to know. I like those stories actually. And the less you think about them, how, why, who and all, the more you can enjoy. Like little children, you should listen to these stories. If you want to think, then you should contemplate on the Upanishad. So stories, you listen as stories. So Indra Bhagwan, when he came to know that this is what is happening, so he thought that if that child is born, then it is dangerous for me. So I should go and do something by which that child doesn't take birth. So he comes as a little tiny boy and he starts serving that Diti. He takes care of her and all, serves her like a child. So Diti was very happy with him. But he was waiting for her to commit some mistake in her ritual. So one day, she did not wash her mouth and she was sleeping like that. So it is said that before sleeping we should wash our mouth, we should wash our hands, legs, and then only we should sleep, because sleep is also like a ritual, because in sleep you meet God. So we should not dirty, we should drunk and all and sleep. भगवान बोलेंगे कौन है पी के आ गया है. So one should be sober, wash ourselves, clean ourselves and sleep. Because in sleep we meet God. We become one with that supreme divinity. But again we wake up, we don't remember. So, but she was tired, so she had eaten something and she just went to sleep. So Indra Bhagwan thought, this is the opportunity for me, because now I can do some gadbad. So he entered her womb and the child was taking birth. So he, these stories, don't get frightened. He cut that child into 7 pieces, but the child did not die. The child started crying in the womb itself. Then he cut those 7 pieces into another 7 pieces. Still they did not die, because it was like a bone of Kashyapa Rishi. So all they 7 into 7, 49. 49, na? 35 she says. She should go back to school. 49. 49. So then Indra Bhagwan came back to that Diti. She saw, Indra, from where you have come? She said, I was that boy who was serving you. And I entered your womb and I have cut into that 49. But now they are all divine. They have great divinity in them. And they were crying. So Indra Bhagwan told them, don't cry. Ma means don't. Rodh, or what do you call? Romat. Therefore they were called Marut. So then Indra Bhagwan says, I will take them with me and I will make them gods. So Diti also then allowed them to go. So all these 49 are devatas only. They are wind devatas. And out of them, this Marichi is considered to be most powerful. So Marichi is the vibhuti of God. So those who contemplate, see, we can contemplate on the vibhutis by taking help of the scriptures, the Puranas, or we can directly see the glories in the world and contemplate upon them. So therefore Bhagavan gives example from different fields. So Marichir Marutam Asmi Nakshatranam Aham Shashi. So again, among nakshatra is again technical term. Nakshatras are the constellations. They are the nakshatra, like the Arundhati and this Rohini and Moola and Punarvasu. All these are nakshatras. Actually, the sun, the moon, when you look at the moon traveling, it travels in the sky, and every day the moon appears to be in different position in the sky. So it takes 27 days for the moon to travel. So there are 27 positions in the sky where the moon travels, and those are called the 27 nakshatras. Just like the sun travels in the 12 zodiac, similarly this moon travels into this 27 nakshatras. So on a particular day, the moon is on one nakshatra, then another nakshatra, then another nakshatra. So like that, moon is considered the master or the king of these nakshatras. So though moon is not a nakshatra, but moon is considered as the king of that nakshatra. So Bhagavan says, among all the nakshatras, I am the moon. And in the night, though the stars are there most beautiful, but the moon has got its own beauty. So at night when we look and we see so many stars, But when we among them, when we see the moon has got its own beauty. Bhagavan says, you look at the moon as my vibhuti and contemplate on the moon as my vibhuti. So thus Bhagavan gives lot of his vibhutis. So more about them we will see in our class tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadai Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.